friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing really well. So here we are with another book haul. The book buying has been on the DL a little bit this year. I've got a lot of other things going on. I have a lot of tattoos planned. But over the past few weeks I have gathered, I think, about 35 to 40 books that I wanted to share with you, and I just gave a very quick sneak peek over on my Instagram on the weekend, and everybody was super excited for this video. So I've been wanting to get back on my regular schedule of videos as well. I did have to take a little bit of a break there. There's just a lot going on, and of course I do this as a hobby. So book haul today, we need to get our spring choices for the Haunted Victorian Book Club up, and I need to have the live show for the February pick for the book club. We're into March now. It's kind of hard to believe that it's March already, and you guys know what that means is old school April is coming up next month, so I will be doing a video for that as well. But for right now, we're talking about all the books that I have to de-sticker and get up on the shelves. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to do is I need to wrap up the Gothic Cards Reading Challenge for February. I did shoot a whole vlog and I still haven't edited it, so that'll be coming up as well. And we're going to be tearing apart the old library here in the spring so we can do some painting and everything in here. So lots to come, and I hope you guys are excited. But for right now, we're going to talk about all of the wonderful books that I have for my collection. So starting off with a gift. I'm not really sure if this is a gift. I guess we'll call it that. So my mom actually bought this book for herself, and then she finished it very quickly and then gave it to me because she knows that I love anything to do with the period of the Satanic Panic. I'm completely intrigued by that whole thing. So this is Unmask Alice, LSD, Satanic Panic, and the Imposter Behind the World's Most Notorious Diaries by Rick Emerson. So like I said, she bought this for herself. She read it very quickly and then handed it off. So I'm going to be hanging on to this for a while, and then getting to it when I can. So yeah, I was super happy to have this one to add to the collection. Of course, because it's new, it's not going to be part of you know, the collection that I keep around, but super excited to read this one because, like I said, anything to do with that time period, it just really intrigues me. Okay, so getting into all of the vintage goodness that I found out at the thrift stores over the past little while, I did find some Goosebumps that I didn't have for my collection. One of them actually I do own, but I think this one is in better condition. So the first one is number 50, which I don't own. This is Calling All Creeps, and I love the pink on the top there. And I always try to get like the original covers when I can. The other one is number 49, Vampire Breath, and it says on the front, join the all-new Goosebumps fan club, details inside. And like I said, I think this one is in much better condition than the one that I have, so I'm going to compare it to, I actually have to move my Goosebumps collection from the top shelf to the bottom shelf, so when we do a little bit of reorganizing, I think I'm going to do that. So we'll check it out, but this one is in almost pristine condition, so I was really happy to find that. And then I found this one. So I know the 30 Tales to Give You Goosebumps, you know, the regular sort of more modern covers and everything on them, but this is the first time I've seen this one in the wild. So this has the ghoul on the cover, and this is the bind up of the Tales to Give You Goosebumps, more Tales to Give You Goosebumps, and even more Tales to Give You Goosebumps. And this is a library binding, and I was super excited to find this. I've already removed the sticker. It was $1.99. So for a hardcover Goosebumps that I've been waiting to find for my collection, I was super excited to find this the other day. So sticking with sort of the horror, sort of ghosty books, I did find some more in my Ghost House series, and I was so super excited because I've never seen these ones before out in the wild. So we have number 1, Ghost Stories and Mysterious Creatures of British Columbia. And BC is one province that I don't have a whole lot of ghosty books from that particular province. So I was super excited to find this one. And it is marked as number 1. There's a couple of these that they don't have the numbers on them, but I know that I don't have anything that has a number 1. So I was super excited to find that. And then I do have Campfire Ghost Stories as part of the Ghost House collection. And then this one is Campfire Stories Volume 2. So this is number 44 in that collection. So the other one has a blue cover, I think, and there's one ghoul coming up out of the fire, but this one of course has 2 ghouls because it's part 2, and so really super excited to find that one as well. This one, the BC one, is not in fantastic condition, but it is definitely okay for my collection. And the other one, the Ghost Stories one, is in really good condition. So I was super excited to find those. And then I've been on the hunt for this one for a while. So the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which was one of my favorite books as a kid, I had the audiobook. And you know, I was looking originally for the paperbacks that have Alvin Schwartz's like original artwork in it. And then of course they came out with the movie, and then everything switched to the movie covers, and I knew that there was a hardcover bind up of all of them. And I finally found it at the thrift store. So this is the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, 3 books to chill your bones. And so this is the hardcover bind up. I've removed the sticker, but I think I got it for about $2.50 at the thrift store. Really super excited to find this, because you know, when there's things that you really want for your collection and you keep seeing the other versions but not the one you want, like it's so tempting to just buy the one that you don't really want just because you want it for your collection. But I was so happy that I held out and I finally got this one. And then speaking of campfire ghost stories with the Ghost House collection, I did find Andy Russell's Campfire Stories. So this says, this collection consists of new and previously published stories that are Andy Russell's favorites. Here are some examples of praise won by Canada's best known mountain man for his unique storytelling talents. So it lists some accolades on the back there. So Canada's mountain man. So this is like campfire ghost stories, I guess, of like the West. I don't know if he's Calgarian or not, but this is in really good condition as well. I'm not sure if it's vintage. Let's just see what year this is from. Oh, 1998. So it is a hardcover, and it is in fantastic condition for being from 1998. So another Campfire Ghost Stories. I have several now that have that Campfire Ghost Stories sort of title to it, and I used to love camping as a child and telling ghost stories around a fire. So whenever I see something like this, it just brings me back to my childhood. And then this one, I was super excited to find this one as well. The only unfortunate thing is there is a hole right in the middle of the dust jacket, but it's not horribly big. You can see it there. And you know, if I wanted to, I could just kind of bareback it in the shelf because it is kind of torn, but it's not too bad. So this is Horror's 365 Scary Stories. Get your daily dose of terror. So this is just a collection of short horror stories, and you know, it would be actually really cool to just sit down and read one a day for 365. And it says on the front, winner Horror Writers Association Best Anthology Award, and this came out in 1990. So super excited to find this as well. And you know what, the text is a little bit small, but I think it is still fully readable, and I love the titles of the stories there. You can see that there's some spider webs and stuff up in the corners. So really super cute. And I was excited to find this. So I hadn't seen this one before. I think this one was $1.99 as well, which for a big chunk like this, it was really great to find that out at the thrift store. I think it was just this past weekend. We found a lot in this past weekend. You know, we were weeks and weeks that we were hardly finding anything. Like I would pick up 1, maybe 2 books. And this past weekend we went on an impromptu date day last Sunday, the day after we had the time change, and we went out for lunch. We got bubble tea, we had pancakes and bacon for breakfast, we decided to go out to the thrift stores. It was just a really great day. So that's a whole stack of ghosty books that I have to get up on my ghosty shelves. Super excited about that, and really super excited to find more specifically in my Ghost House series. And then continuing with some YA horror, I did find a couple of Buffy books. Well, one technically is Angel. So this is Stranger to the Sun, and it has Wesley on the front here. Now this isn't in fantastic condition. It does have a little bit of damage, and there's a whole lot of stickers that I've got to get off the front. But it was still kind of in passable condition, so I went ahead and grabbed it because, you know, trying to find the Buffy books these days is getting really rare. So when I see them and it's ones that I don't have for my collection yet, I will go ahead and grab them if they're kind of in passable condition. And then this one, I know I do have a Buffy quiz book, but I don't think it's this specific one. And it says on the front, what is your Buffy IQ? And bonus color photo inserts. So it does have the color photos like in the middle of the book, which I absolutely love. So it has the whole gang here on the front. And this is like a very early sort of photo with her and Angel together. So yeah, I went ahead and grabbed this one. It was $3. I'm really, really happy to find it. Like I said, I don't think this is the quiz one that I have. So I went ahead and grabbed it anyway. And if it turns out I have this one, then the other one will just go into a boo box or a giveaway or whatever. So really super excited to have some for the Buffy shelf. And I was actually thinking, because I have done a couple of shelf tours lately, we do have to get to my Buffy collection. So that'll be coming up semi soon. And then this one I've had for quite a while, and I'm really, really super excited that I found it, especially in such great condition. So this is one out of the Terror Academy series, and I've never found any of these in the wild. I do have, I believe, one Terror Academy, and it was a gift. So this one is Breaking Up. Does it have a number? No, it just says Terror Academy Breaking Up by Nicholas Pine, and it's still like shiny. It's in really, really good condition. It was $1.79, and it says love can be a real killer. So if you're doing any kind of like lovers or like bad boyfriends kind of reading readathon or whatever, this one will be definitely a good one to put in there. So it says the Chilling Hit series, and it really is one of those ones that when I see something like this out in the wild, I get so excited because I only ever see this stuff on like eBay or Etsy or whatever. First time ever seeing this out in the wild, super, super excited. And then along the same lines, this is one that I've been looking and looking and looking for. So out of the Point series, this is Still More Tales for the Midnight Hour, in great condition. This one also was $1.79. Found this one this past weekend at one of the thrift stores that's a little bit further away from us, and I was so super excited. And the fact that it's in great condition is just a cherry on top of the cake. So there is a little tiny little blemish on the front, but the fact that it still has its sheen is just fantastic. So a couple actually that are going to be going into the Point collection, because there's some other goodies that I have here from Point as well. So we'll get into those now. I thought I had several more out of the Point series, but I guess not. So we have a Point romance by Caroline B. Cooney. This is Last Dance. Sometimes it isn't an ending, it's a beginning. So we have this cheesy couple on the front, which you guys know that I live for this kind of stuff. And she's in her beautiful pink taffeta dress. This has to be definitely early 90s, if not late 80s. 1987, so definitely pink taffeta was all the rage then. I think I had a pink taffeta dress, to tell you the truth. And this one was in great condition as well. So I don't have a whole lot in the Point romance. My romance collection is getting so big, it's ridiculous. But I was super excited to find this one, and I think, I can't remember now how I have them organized, but I have to get all of my Point books put together, because I think I have like my Point fantasy with the fantasy books, and romance with the romance books, and Point horror with the horror books. So I want to get like a whole Point area put together, because it just keeps growing, and it makes me super excited. Okay, and sticking with sort of the same line of books that we're talking about, but these are just kind of random ones out of different series. So we have The Magician's House Quartet. This is book number 1 in that quartet series, The Steps Up the Chimney by William Corlett. So here we go. I don't think I've heard of this one, and I don't think I have any other ones in this, but it sounded really cute, and it's in super good condition. So I got this one just randomly to throw up on the shelf, and I will look for the other ones as well. This is a new series also that I hadn't heard of before. A young girls kind of series. This is Cedar River Daydreams by Judy Baer. Something old, something new. Looks like this is book number 11. Is that an 11 there? I think. She has a chance to start over. Will she make it? So let me know if you've ever heard of this series, if you've ever read this series when you were a child. And again, super, super good condition. So I love finding stuff like this because then I can go ahead and do some research and find out how many books are in the series and keep it in mind for when I'm out looking. So very first one in a new series. And then I got two more by Tamara Pierce, and I do have book 1 in this series. So we now have, so this is the Song of the Lioness series. So I have book 2, In the Hands of the Goddess, and book 3, The Woman Who Rides Like a Man. So these ones were in really, really good condition. They look almost brand new. So I was really super excited to find these. I do, you know, I keep saying that I want to read more fantasy, and then I never ever get to it because I'm just so caught up on like horror and stuff like that. So I'm gonna throw them on the shelves, and now at least I have the first 3 in that series, and I want to do a little bit more research because I'm not quite sure how many books are in this series, but let me know if you've read any by Tamara Pierce. Then I do have another S.E. Hinton, and that's the author of The Outsiders. And this is the same sort of version, cover, everything of the copy of The Outsiders that I own. And then this one is That Was Then, This Is Now. Bonus material inside. So again, it has a big old sticker on the back of it, so I can't really read it to you. But since it did match the one that I already owned by S.E. Hinton, I went ahead and grabbed this one as well, so we can have them lined up nicely together. And another new series. So this is a sweep novel. So this is the Sweep series by Kate Tiernan. And this is a super edition in that series, Night's Child. This is actually the last book in that series that came out, but it was marketed in the UK as Wicca, and it's about like these young witches. And it says 20 years ago, Morgan Reynolds was the most powerful young blood witch to come around in generations, making magical discoveries, facing and conquering unimaginable evil, and surviving a devastating betrayal. So, I mean, I read that and that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. So I will keep an eye out for more in this Sweep series, and let me know if you guys have read this one as well. A random one that I just grabbed, and I grabbed it because of the author. So this is a Laurel Leaf suspense book, The Stalker by Joan Lowry Nixon. And I have a few by her on my shelves. I have no idea what it's about. Again, we have a huge sticker on the back, but just with the vintage look of the cover and the obviously the author that I know really well. It is a first printing also from 1985. So I went ahead and grabbed this. I just love the look of it. I was completely drawn in. So we will put this up with the rest of the Joan Lowry Nixon books. And then while I was thinking it, I totally forgot that I had gotten these quite some time ago, and I had completely forgotten about them. Sorry, my camera just shut off. You know, we've been having some increased spirit activity in the house. I'll tell you about it in my next vlog or whatever, but like weird shit's been going on. So I do have number 7. Now, when I looked at the cover of this one, I thought I didn't have it, and it was one of those situations I didn't grab my phone to look at my bookshelf app. That was my fault. So this is a duplicate, but it's totally okay. Like I say, I get these for like $2. They can go into a boo box or whatever. But I did find Haunted Canada 10 and 11, and these are ones that I don't own. Now, number 10 is not in great condition. I went ahead and grabbed it anyway. I was just so excited to see it because I hadn't seen it out and about. But the number 11, the Haunted Canada 11, is almost in perfect condition. So I went ahead and grabbed both of those. So those, sorry I didn't put them in with when I was talking about my ghosty books. Like I said, I had completely forgotten that I had them on the shelf over there. This is what happens when I go too long between doing videos. I just don't know what I have anymore. And then I don't think I've shown this one. So this is another one out of the Tom and Liz Austen Mysteries by Eric Wilson. This is Spirit in the Rainforest. So this is one that I don't own. So I have so many out of this Liz and Tom Austen mystery series that, you know, when I see them, some that I don't have, I immediately have to grab them because this is getting quite big now. Like, my series that I have is quite large. I was talking to my mom about Eric Wilson because she was teacher, and when she was teaching back in the 80s and 90s, she said like Eric Wilson was like really, really big. And I'd never heard of him until I started collecting vintage books. And it's really weird because like I grew up during that time. I was an avid reader and I'd never heard of this Canadian author before, and I would have absolutely loved these books as a kid. It's just one of those weird things, like it just escaped me. So I was super excited to find that one. We have one in the Choose Your Own Adventure series. I do have a few of these. This is number 12, Inside UFO 5440, and it has like an Easter Island head on the front. It's really super weird. So I'll throw that in with my Choose Your Own Adventure series. And then I was super excited to find one of these out in the wild as well. My Alfred Hitchcock and the Three Investigators books that I have already. I think I got both of them off Etsy. So this is the first time I've seen one of these out in the wild. So this is The Secret of the Haunted Mirror by M.V. Carney. So I went ahead and grabbed this one. And that'll go up on the shelf with the others. And then I have some for my movie and show novelization shelf. So I'm not a huge Superman fan, but I did find this one, Superman 4, and it's a point book. So I thought that was super cute. So I will definitely put this one up on my shelf. It says a novelization by B.B. Hillier based on the story by Christopher Reeve and Lawrence Connor. Screenplay by Lawrence Connor and Mark Rosenthal with 8 pictures of movie photos. So for the sake of $1.99, I definitely went ahead and grabbed this one. And I'll see if there's other novelizations that Point did of the Superman series. And I found this one out this weekend as well. I don't have any of the Full House novelizations. I was a massive Full House fan when I was growing up, so I definitely want to keep my eye out for more of these. I have no idea. I'm assuming that there's more of these, like they follow each one of the sisters. And like I said, for $1.79, definitely will go ahead and throw it on the movie and show novelization shelf. And I definitely want to keep an eye out for more of those shows that I had no idea that they did novelizations, but I loved them when I was growing up. Beverly Hills 90210 is another one that I had some novelizations when I was a kid that I've been looking for as well. So definitely keeping an eye out so I can expand that shelf. I did find one in the Babysitters Club. So this is one of the higher numbers actually, and you know, the higher numbers are super scarce to find. So this is number 125, Marianne in the Middle. I don't believe I've shown this one yet. Things are starting to get a little jumbled, so if I did show this one already, I do apologize. So like I said, it's super hard to find the higher numbers, and to tell you the truth, I don't even know how high the numbers go, so I have to look that up. But getting into the numbers like over number 100 is getting really rare to find. And then continuing with that sort of girls romancy sort of stuff, we do have one, Lurleen McDaniel. You guys know that I collect all of Lurleen McDaniel's books when I can find them, and she is one author, romance sort of author that, you know, she's so dramatic, melodramatic, and usually all of her stuff deals with someone who's dying, and this one is 6 Months to Live. So I definitely went ahead and grabbed that to throw up on my Lurleen McDaniel show. Ooh, nope, I thought it was a treasure, but it's not. It's just a bookmark. Just a plain one, just a piece of paper somebody threw in there. So I haven't found any treasures lately. I found some creepy things in books, I'm not gonna lie, but that was just a piece of paper. So this one will definitely go up on my Lurleen McDaniel shelf. And then I have 2 more out of the Sweet Dreams series. So we have number 39. This is First Love. I have no idea how big the Sweet Dreams series is either. It's freaking massive. Like, I have shelves and shelves of this stuff. And the other one, what is this? Number 74, Don't Forget Me by Diana Gregory. And just look at this hair. Look at the haircut. Hilarious. I love this series just for the covers alone and the outfits. It looks like a Sears catalog from the 80s. So I'll definitely be putting those up. And then kind of sticking with, we're moving more towards the wholesome sort of side of romance, I guess you would call it. So I did find a few L.M. Montgomerys, but I wanted to show you this first. I loved this find, and I think when I went to the store this one particular day, this was the only book that I found. This is the Anne of Green Gables diary. For those who love the Anne books, a place to keep a full year of memories. So we have Anne on the front here. It is a hardcover, and she's got her diary there. She's pondering what she's gonna write, and a little oil lamp. It was just everything. And it is inscribed on the front with the person that owned this. And there's no year in here, and no like calendar format, I guess you would say. It just says like June 1st, June 2nd, that kind of stuff. So like here we have Anne and Diana down here, and it has quotes and, you know, different scenes from, oh, isn't that creepy? Lizzie, it says right here. So the girl who owned this before, she's got her Nana's birthday in here, or Pop-Pop's birthday in here, and it's so super cute. And just the fact that, you know, this was owned by a little girl. Simon's birthday is on March the 30th, just so you know. So it has, like I said, it has little quotes, it has pictures from the books, and it was just everything to me finding this, because I love the books and the movies, or the miniseries, I guess, so much when I was growing up. So I definitely took that home. And then this past weekend, I did find two L.M. Montgomerys that I don't own. So we have Magic for Marigold. So I would assume this little girl on the front, her name is Marigold. And it just says from the author of the Anne of Green Gables novels. So this is not part of Anne's story. But this one sort of is. This one is Akin to Anne, Tales of Other Orphans. And I think this is so cute that she did this. It's just really super special. And you have this young lady looking out over the ocean. And it says, Akin to Anne is storytelling at its bittersweet, poignant best. Admirers of Montgomery's work will treasure this spirited anthology, while students of Canadian literature will reclaim with joy this long-lost part of our rich literary history. So two more for the L.M. Montgomery collection, and I was just I went back to being a little girl when I saw this. It's definitely something that I would have owned when I was a kid. An Anne of Green Gables diary and little day planner and stuff. So super cute, and Canadian nostalgia is just what I'm all about. So that's it for kind of the wholesome romance. And then I have a whole stack of Sweet Valley books. I was so excited to find all of these. Every single one of them except for one is in the Sweet Valley Seniors series, which is one that I keep saying I don't see a whole lot of when I go out and about, but it seems like lately I have been. I've collected quite a few, and when I went out this weekend there was a whole shelf that was full of them. So I quickly pulled up my app and kind of checked into what ones I needed, and these are in such good condition. I was so super stoked to find these. So we'll go through them very quickly because I don't want to be here all night. We have number 2, Say It to My Face. Number 4, I've Got a Secret. Number 7, Boy Meets Girl. Oh, I'm going out of order a little bit here. Number 6, Your Basic Nightmare. Number 11, Take Me On. Number 12, Bad Girl. Number 13, All About Love. Number 16, 3 Girls and a Guy. Number 17, Backstabber. Number 18, As If I Care. Sorry guys, I had a little bit of camera difficulty. So we have number 23, Falling Apart. 24, Never Let Go. 25, Straight Up. 28, Meant to Be. And then this one, this is the first time I've seen one like this. So it's a Sweet Valley High. It doesn't have a number, and it's in the black spines. So I'm assuming it's part of the senior year, but it has the two girls from the show on the front, and it says Last Wish with this step back cover. So I thought this was really cool. I hadn't seen one of these before, and so I was really super excited to find it, and I want to see if there's more like this, kind of in this offshoot series, I guess is the best way to describe it. So yeah, I was so stoked to find all of these in the senior year series, and I've got to be getting up there with how many that I have now, because I've been finding them for quite a while, and you know, in good chunks too, which is really, really great. So that's everything. We've got spooky books, we have nonfiction, we have movie and show novelizations, we've got L.M. Montgomery, we've got Sweet Valley, all the things. So I hope you guys enjoyed the haul. I'm gonna get to de-stickering right away here and get these in my bookshelf app and up on my shelves as well. So I will see you guys soon. Again, probably on the coming weekend. We're going to be doing the live show for the February pick for the Haunted Victorian Book Club, and I also have to announce my choices for spring as well, because we need a book coming up for April here, and it's going to be coming up here pretty quickly. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a question or a comment down below, because you know I love talking to you guys. And until next time, stay spooky, everybody. Bye.